Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to another reaction video. If you're new, you can leave a like, comment, and subscribe. All that good stuff. I'll get a quick reaction video in for you guys. We got my boy Hugo again, but this is a topic that I've been wanting to discuss because y'all don't know, I am a wrestling fan too. I do love wrestling. I just don't talk about it because copyright and all that stuff. But today, Hugo addresses Mr. Triple H, Mr. Paul Levesque. The Paul Levesque era sucks. That's the title of this video. And I agree with him. And I'm going to go into the reasons why I agree with him. Actually, give me this. So, I'm going to go into the reasons why I agree with him and all that good stuff. So, without further ado, let's get into this video, bruh.
As we begin to tell these stories, you know this is working, this is not working. And whether people are bitching online or the reaction of people live
is what you can trust.
Right?
Right.
Jey Uso's terrible. It's never gonna. What are they doing?
They're yeeting.
Dude,
They're yeeting.
Again, merch, the reaction in the crowd, everything he does, like, yeah, it's just opinion of a few people.
So if the story piece bombs, you guys can get back and be like, all right, let's just pivot, and then we can save it.
Hey, that didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go. And they didn't take that, or they didn't react to that, or that didn't click the way we thought it was gonna. What if we do this instead? And you pivot and you move, right? And that's all the time. That's being a good storyteller.
Some way, the heights of WrestleMania 4, the end game, if you will, of the WWE, you've broken my wrestling heart because the product that you produced, or been part of producing, you and Mr. Lee Fitting, of course.
Mr. Lee, I'm gonna let him expose it, but then I'm gonna give my 2 cents on Mr. Lee coming from the basketball world. The information that might not have been, because I know Hugo did his research, but there's more to Mr. Lee than just him being fired from ESPN and his weird behind behavior. But go ahead. Mr. Lee.
Lackluster, terrible, boring show. You guys are happy to put your stamp of approval on that. So I only think it's fair that me as a fan should address you and Mr. Lee Fitting. And speaking of Lee Fitting, because I know a lot of people are running around, who's this Lee Fitting guy? I don't know. Well, I didn't know who he was. But then I was saying, I swear I recognize his name. So I did my research. And I realized it was the Lee Fitting, the same Lee Fitting that was fired from ESPN. Now,
Yep.
in all the wake of Vince McMahon,
Fired from ESPN for his weird behavior, but also, what they won't give you in the description, was fired for harassing reporters as well. In the basketball space. Not gonna mention names, it's no, I know. You were disgusting human being, Mr. Lee, but continue, you go.
John Laurinaitis and all that stuff about inappropriate behavior with said woman. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to make this show about Vince.
No, we're not.
You would think that WWE would keep way, way away from anything as such, but what did Lee Fitting get fired for, you ask me? Well, he got fired for toxic and inappropriate behavior towards women at ESPN. And now he heads the WWE production team. Morals. Anyway,
Hugo, you funny, yo. You got a little sense of humor too, man. You a troll too, man. The, yeah, like that's a good idea. No, it's definitely a bad idea. It's a horrible idea.
His face and everything. He wants to go on the podcast. He wants to talk down to the fans. Very fickle fans. I understand. They're not all the same. Fans will, they'll be your friend one time and then they'll hate you the next day.
Yeah.
Fans, you had some scathing remarks to the fans. I think your words were, "I wish I could tell the fans to f off sometimes." Yeah. Something as such.
His exact words, I believe, was, "I wish I could tell the fans to fuck off. They should go. You know what? You know what." That's what the words were.
The fans can comment section and let me know what they think also, and see where they're at with it, because off the back of losing the most beloved person in wrestling, our truth, that's not an overreaction, by the way. You might not notice it because you only focus on the live crowd, but all of us at home and on the internet and everywhere else. Our truth's love. Is he the best wrestler in the world? No. Is he the most?
No, our truth is not the best wrestler in the world, but we love our truth, man. I've been watching our truth for years. He definitely was not the best wrestler. He's had a couple good runs here and there, but the fact that y'all let him go is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. It's like, I'm like, really, Triple H? But it gets worse.
Talented wrestler in the world? No. Has his time ran its course at the WWE? Possibly. There's other ways to treat these loyal people.
No, I think you could give him a Legends contract in my eyes.
Could have given him another job in the WWE, a Legends contract, in, I don't know, an agent. Could have started helping booking matches. God knows people on the show need promo help. Could have helped with that.
Yeah.
One thing Truth can do is always entertain people. I'm going to keep going back to this. You're responsible for the E in World Wrestling Entertainment, and R-Truth is your biggest representative of entertainment on the show. Off the back of R-Truth contracts not being renewed and Carlito's contract not being removed, and no reminiscence of them on Monday Night Raw, basically just ignore them and cancel them like they've done some heinous crime. There's a few things, bullet points I've taken, and I've got a lot more, by the way, but I don't want to make the video too long. The first thing I want to say is Stephanie McMahon, WrestleMania 40, Philadelphia, cold night, and she comes out in the middle of the ring and welcome to the Paul Levesque era. First of all, sounds like a spit in the face for you pops, but I understand, you know what I mean? They're probably...
I never thought about it in that way. I never thought about it. Stephanie McMahon kind of starting that. Ruckle and Ruck. I thought about it. Yeah.
Told TKO, we need to remove Vince, get in the new face, which is fair enough. And I will say, seemingly the staff and the wrestlers love working football now. Having a great work environment is incredible. I'm happy for them. I'm happy to get a little bit more time off. But that doesn't mean the product that we get is going to be the greatest. I'm sure there's many movie sets where they have great producers and directors of the movies. Shit, I think it is things, and I'm speaking to my friend earlier. It's a big equation to me with WWE and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, stay with me a second because I'm an avid fan of both.
That's such a good comparison. Hugo, you on? Let me give my 2 cents. You on to something there, bro. That is exactly, like, in my opinion, what it is. WWE and Marvel. That's perfect. That is a perfect comparison. Because think about it. Paul Levesque era started at WrestleMania. That's been like the one great show that's been booked. Like from start to finish was booked. Because it was that whole attire from 2020, the Roman Reigns saga, the Bloodline story from 2020, from August 2020 all the way to WrestleMania last year. That was a whole saga, and like WrestleMania 40 was like the end game of it. Same thing with Marvel. It's agreed you had Iron Man 1, and you knew ultimately we would get to Thanos, and it was a 11-year story culminated at Endgame. 11 years of movies, TV shows, it all culminated in Infinity War and Endgame. So that's a perfect, and ever since Infinity War and Endgame, Marvel's been straight shit for the most part, bro. Like, what we won't like. The only good movies in my eyes has been like Spider-Man: No Way Home, um, and Deadpool and Wolverine. And TV show wise, it's Loki, and I put Daredevil Born Again as like the two best shows. Everything else has been straight boo boo. So that's a great comparison.
Massive fan, and both of me so far since said Endgame, if you will, Marvel Endgame and everything after Marvel Endgame.
Yeah, absolutely.
Spider-Man, but that's a Sony product. Has been rubbish. It's been poor, been trash. Everything since WrestleMania 40, when the whole event ever started, your wife's words, not mine, have been trash. Have we had good moments? Yes. Have we had decent pay-per-views? Yeah, we've had decent pay-per-views, like fun Royal Rumbles and eliminations.
Guys, you know it's bad when I haven't really tapped into wrestling like that. When we was in the Roman Reigns era, bro, I used to have to watch every show, every paper. Bro, it was the storyline after storyline after a great match after great match. See a Punk came. Like, to be honest, it was like when Paul Levesque took over, Triple H took over. I was thinking he should have took the blueprint he took from WrestleMania 40 and implement it into the shows, and then build the younger talent. Treat the legends as such. You know, try to build people up the correct way. He's gonna go into it. I think Hugo. I don't know if he's gonna go into it in this video, but just stuff like that. Just the product has been horrendous lately.
John Cena trying to heal, but I might be gassed in
Oh, hold on.
excited in a moment, but
No. Let's talk about that. John Cena turning heel. It should have happened a long time ago. I think WWE forced John Cena to turn heel. If anything, y'all might disagree with me. I think Cody Rhodes should have turned heel. I think Cody Rhodes should have turned heel. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying that John Cena being a heel is a bad thing, but it should have happened a long time ago. And the way they booked John Cena since he's been a heel has been absolutely doo-doo. His reason for turning heel is because of the fans. There's no legit reason, for my opinion, for John Cena to turn heel aside from him being associated and The Rock manipulating him. Which, in my opinion, doesn't make sense because, in my eyes, Rock and John Cena have that rivalry, and John Cena helped Cody Rhodes win the title the year before. It just didn't make sense, and it still does not make sense to me.
I'm never sold on these things because I always want to know what happens next. Seems like Triple H's way of booking and creating is to book for a pop, for a live crowd, and take it to his own words. He only seems to care about the live crowd, which is why we get moments like Jay coming out every week and just yeets and yeets and yeets, and that's my favorite tag team. He just yeets, and the crowd love it. Okay, we get it. At home, we're watching 15 minutes of somebody eating and commentator jumping on the table eating, but I digress. It's the reason why we have people like CM Punk in the building every week, but for most weeks, we release him at the end of the show for 90 seconds or the beginning of the show, a 20-minute promo, and then we put him in the rafters and we don't talk about him again. Because Cole personality went off and everyone loved the song. It's the reason why, Cody doesn't need to...
Personally, I like This Fire Burns over Cult of Personality. I like Cult of Personality too, but I think This Fire Burns hits different, bro. That and CM Punk's R8 song, those are the two better songs in my eyes. Because there was when you heard those songs, especially Miss Kennedy, there was a sense of like, oh shit, CM Punk's here. I don't get that feeling with Cold Personality.
He then comes out with these soft pop promos, what do you want to talk about? But, hey, Kingdom's a great song, so we'll book for the pop there. What happens after? They told us that John Cena heel turn was the greatest heel turn of all time. I said... No,
it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Let's reserve that.
Need a 24-hour moisturizing body wash and heavenly scent to love.
WWE.
Hand over that hot sauce.
I seen it coming from a mile away, to be honest.
For a limited time, Create Your Own Pasta has a new spicy 3-meat sauce, which happens to pair perfectly with our new bucatini.
No, guys, I'm not getting YouTube Premium, y'all. Alright? Yep.
Trash. Not to mention the poor booking of the women's division.
Oh my gosh, the women's division. Oh my gosh, bro. You only, that's another thing. Y'all only book the people that it's the same repetitive people. Rhea, Charlotte, Becky, Becky. And by the way, we all know that Lyra Valkyria Becky feud is only to get Bailey back. She can do Bailey Becky, which makes sense. I'm not mad at the feud, but it's like why or why we're not building up nobody new. Like what I liked about WWE was Rhea Ripley was built up from NXT and became a star. You know, Rhea Ripley. You know, Liv Morgan was floating around, but once she got into like the whole Rhea stuff, she became a star. I didn't mind that. But we gotta start building more people instead of the same people we get repetitive over and over. And yes, you're getting Lyra Valkyria now, but the women's division is straight trash. Why is Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair should be like at the top of the women's division? Y'all, that's my personal opinion. But we're not doing that. Y'all not doing that. Y'all want to book the same people. Every time Charlotte comes back, you gotta throw her straight into a Kingston match. It's shit's annoying. And then Becky, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This whole man persona gotta go. She needs to change her character, bro. I don't mind everything. I'm the man and it go, but like, bro, I don't know, dog. I don't know. And forcing Becky to turn heel. I don't mind the angle, but it's like,
Man, I actually thought when we had Women's Evolution, I thought it was all Triple H. He was coming out with flowers, giving them hugs. I thought he was the creative behind it. I still hope he was, but you've lost touch. This women's division is the worst it's been in however many years. They're not getting the same TV time. They're not getting the same push. The ones that are getting the push is the same repetitive angles over and over again. And they can move the same angles from Raw to SmackDown.
yeah,
Seemingly, you can't book champions. Cody, terrible year. After winning at WrestleMania,
yeah.
his story, burn the fucking book.
Like, bro, how do you have Cody, right? Beat Roman Reigns, this guy you built Roman Reigns up as a sportsman final boss. In my opinion, way you have it, whoever beat Roman, not saying they had to have a long title reign, but should have been booked perfectly. But you didn't do that. You kept the same old Cody babyface, the same old whiny promo, the same old. What are you gonna talk about? What are you gonna talk about? And the only time you see any sort of emotion out of Cody is it's a rarity. It's a rarity you get the emotion out of Cody. Like Cody's just a robot. It's ridiculous. He needs to get turned heel.
Yeah, it's been terrible. Trash. Braun Breaker with the Intercontinental title, trash.
Yeah.
You can keep going. US title, whoever wins, trash. Over and over. Tag team, don't even get me started on the tag team title.
I remember the U.S. title, Intercontinental title, used to be a way to build up people to get to the main title. Just like Gunther. I like what they did with Gunther. They had him win the Intercontinental title. They built him up. He got to the world title. That's how you're supposed to do it. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't know. WWE just doesn't know how to book no more. I don't know why.
Now we got the overbooking of triple threats every weekend.
Oh my, don't even get me started with that.
Every single week, Triple H, all of that era. Now, WrestleMania, the WrestleMania that just gone. So now we're in a year and a half, all of that era. The best.
Let me tell you something. You know how bad it is that I barely remember anything on WrestleMania? All I remember was John Cena and Travis Scott in that horrible main event. The Becky return, which, in my opinion, and this is just what I think, I would have never if you were gonna go with that angle of Bailey, and you know what I thought about? As I thought about it, I was like, yeah, I'm not mad at it, but I was like, dang, okay. Like, bro, and then the build up to WrestleMania 2, oh my gosh, bro. Like, And no, we're not gonna blame The Rock either for not, you know, being here. But I don't know, bro. I don't
Thing
think
Paul
that's.
ever booked was the WrestleMania 40, which was on the day the Paul Levesque era started. It's the best thing he's ever booked, and ever since then, it's been terrible. WrestleMania night 1 of this year, you don't need to listen to me, listen to the fans. I know you want to only listen to the fans in attendance, but listen to the fans across the world. Everyone said WrestleMania sucked. And I went, no, I'm a Rock guy, and I can admit the way it played out was weird. The way they seemed to be cutting each other's heels off on different podcasts, not weird, but what
Yeah.
people fail to remember and fail to realize while they were blaming The Rock for ruining WrestleMania is The Rock not turning up for John Cena's match was one match. WrestleMania is 2 nights.
Yep.
That's
And here's the thing. I know y'all saying Rock not turning up for John Cena's match made no sense. But let me also say this. I'm gonna defend The Rock here. Yes, The Rock, it's weird what he's doing, whatever is weird. But I'm also gonna say this. Wrestling got excited when The Rock came back. And let's be real, if The Rock ever decides to come back and really stick his teeth into the story, you're gonna watch. Am I lying, y'all?
The Rock ruined the John Cena once and out the over 13 match. Just putting it out there. I'm putting the questions out there. I want to get the comments back from the fans, and hopefully someone from WWE can pick up this stuff. Again, fuck this Savage guy. We're not going to use his clips on our products anymore. I don't care. The Money in the Bank matches.
That's true. That's true. They have used Hugo a bunch of times on his product. Him and other creators in the wrestling space. I only watch a couple though. Like him, and I see Kicking It with Ross. But that's like, oh my gosh, bro. Yeah. I say fuck it. That's a good troll.
You run a tournament where you have a triple threat match every single week leading up to the pay-per-view, and that's how people get into them. But what they don't let us know is how do people end up in these matches? How do we get these triple threat matches in the first place? Why do we keep getting triple threat matches?
And that's another thing. Could we stop the triple threat matches every five minutes, bro? We get triple threat match this, triple threat match that, triple threat match this. Like bro. And there's no build up. There's no there's no reason for people to have triple threat matches. There's none of that. It's just let's put them in triple threat matches because we feel like it. Just so we can get them on TV.
With the top superstars in the company, so we know that one of them or two of them, in fact, is not going to be in the chamber or in the Money in the Bank match. This Money in the Bank, by the way, on names alone, is probably the worst Money in the Bank there's been. And I don't want to diss anyone in the match. I'm looking at the star power. I don't understand how Andrade got into this match, but you've been treating him like any other ever since he's been back in the company. Penta's great, but Penta's been great. You've done nothing to make him look great. He's lost matches.
And to be honest, that is true. And the only person who makes sense to win it is Seth. That's the only person that would make sense to justify his heel turn.
Wow. LA Knight, too late. Solo somehow is in the match, but you booked him trash.
Oh my gosh, LA Knight and Solo. Oh my gosh, bro. How the fuck y'all messed that up, bro? WWE, how y'all messed up LA Knight, who was on a match? LA Knight should be a WWE champion by now, bro. If you booked him correctly, he should be a WWE champion. Solo, how the hell you have him destroy John Cena, beat Roman Reigns, and you do nothing? It's like you have him beat Roman, and when Roman pinned him, he was like, oh, Roman buried him. No, you did that. No one else did that. If Roman beat him, and you would have, no one would have, and you actually booked him right, no one would have said, oh my gosh, you buried him. But you did that your own WWE. Or in my mind, Triple H.
Ever since you've been at the helm, you've booked him the worst he's ever been booked. He was the guy who beat John Cena down, 9 spikes to the throat, he's beat Cody Rhodes, he pins Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And then he's had the worst year of his life.
Yeah.
Now he's a manager. He's like the Polynesian.
Yeah, I almost forgot he beat Cody too, yeah.
This is another thing Triple H needs to do. If we've got a champion, that champion's not allowed to defend their title on the product.
Oh my gosh.
Lyra Valkyria, Intercontinental Champion, WrestleMania.
Yep. You didn't even have her defend her Intercontinental title. If anything, I would have loved the situation if you wanted to do a whole Becky, Lyra, Valkyria mini feud. I would have been okay if you had Becky come out and surprise and come out and challenge Lyra for the title. I'm not saying Becky had to win right. Well, I mean, she would have had to win right away. But I'm saying is, I would have rather that than.
Anyway. In a tag team match instead of doing a singles match. Yeah, I mean, Chelsea Green.
Which is, like I said, the whole Becky situation is just to have a situation when Bayley returns instead of Becky versus Bayley. That's the only reason that's happening. We all know that.
Keep her off the show. She's got a title, but keep her on SmackDown. Street Profits. Oh, no, you can just have your triple threat match, the TLC triple threat match, the week after WrestleMania. We don't need great matches at WrestleMania. That's silly. Don't get me started on the Wyatt made me sick, because that's what they are now.
Oh, no. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, Hugo. We not even gonna start with them. I'm gonna let you have this one.
It's over. Wyatt sick, the time has come. It's done. Now we're gonna have Jey Uso, who is a WWE champion, in a tag team match. Teaming up with Cody
Rhodes.
The other WWE
champion,
yeah. And Logan Paul. Cody was missing for a month after he lost his title. Fair enough. There's no point me being hypocrite worried about Cody, even though the Roman had about 4 months.
Yeah, none of your bone for that.
But he was the champion for 4 years.
Yep.
Cody's been missing for a month. The
Kid
first
come
time
beat him.
he didn't really want to address anything with Travis Scott. He wanted that like The Rock didn't exist. John Cena wanted that like The Rock didn't exist. And the first thing Cody does when he returns is, John Cena, I haven't seen you for a month. I want my rematch. No, he doesn't want a rematch. Me and Jay, I've got my partner. You pick your partner.
That was so stupid. Oh my gosh, that was so fucking dumb. Hey, bro. If this dude Cody come back at Backlash. Sorry, guys. You got this dude come back at Backlash, and all he says is, "Well, John, I don't want to rematch you for the title, even though I got cheated at WrestleMania by Travis Scott and all that. I want to have a tag team match. I got Jey Uso, you go get Logan Paul, let's do it money." That's so stupid.
Let's go Money in the Bank tag team match. I hope, it's that bad that I hope whoever wins the Money in the Bank cashes in on John or Jay just to prove a point.
Oh my
because if they're beat up at that, if the men's Money in the Bank match isn't last and it's first, then I'm saying whoever.
No, it ain't gonna be last. I don't think it's gonna be last. I don't think the Money in the Bank last is gonna be last. I think it's gonna be first, actually. Yes, you heard me off. I think the men's Money in the Bank match is gonna be first. I think there's no reason to put it on last. It's not big enough, for my opinion, this year to put it last. It should be first. And I would go with a scenario to have they're not gonna take the title off of John Cena anytime soon, in my eyes. Seth's the only person that makes sense to win it. And to be honest, I think he's probably going to win it, and he's probably going to take the title off of Jay. That's just what I think.
Wins that Money in the Bank, cash in on both of them. Make it a triple threat match. Winner takes all and cash in on both of them. How about that? Also, what's happened to unpredictability in the WWE? We get it. Roman was going to lose eventually. The Cody Crybabies, I hope you're happy, by the way, because we wanted The Rock versus Roman. You lot cried. He got to finish his story. Now burn the book. Whatever.
Which,
Just because he
a matter of fact,
doesn't mean that
yeah, we should have had Rock versus Roman. Cody cried. Yeah, nah, for real though. Yes, you got Rock versus, but to be real, like I said, if you're gonna have that happen, Roman, we should dive straight into Rock versus Roman. To be honest, you could have took the title off of Roman if you wanted it that bad. And you wanted the title on Cody so bad, you could have had Cody win by Summit and set the match. Rock and Roman should have happened. I agree with him.
The belt for a year as well.
And it still needs to happen.
This is dementia, bro. You just forgot what's going on. Forgot to entertain the fans. Cody's always in tag team matches while he's got a belt. John Cena's having matches against R-Truth, but doesn't have his title on the line.
Oh my, yep.
If you motherfuckers knew that you were going to get rid of R-Truth while that match was going on, disgusting. Could have done something even creative with it. too far. Oh, yeah, that's
Yep. There's no if you were gonna have our truth get WWE, I would have done career out. Yep. It would have been like what there's no more career versus career matches. There's no more if I you remember, let's not forget the whole reason why Daniel Bryan's out was he was leaving WWE. But remember, Daniel Bryan put his career on the line. He said, if I lose to Roman Reigns, I will leave WWE. Or something along the lines. And that's exactly what happened. And Roman took credit. He can always say, I'm the reason why Daniel Bryan's out of WWE. You know how perfect that is? Come on, man.
Everyone was going to destroy wrestling. At least it makes a compelling story. But I digress. We want stories, eh? We want wrestling. Indie wrestling is what we want. Not to mention Triple H's favoritism with his NXT stars. I love the NXT stars. But he's removing people and releasing people to bring up NXT stars. Nobody in the main roster knows in terms of the fans. Because clearly NXT is drawing about 600,000 on a good day. And the main roster drawing like 1.3 million. There's a disparity of at least 700,000 people that don't know who these people are. So then we have people who are great from NXT getting heckled or silent when they come out. Stephanie McKee comes out, great entrance, nobody cares. Roxanne Perez, nobody cares. Julia, nobody cares because they don't know, because there's no vignettes. Not to mention the ass back with vignettes. Why are we getting people come into the company and then giving them vignettes after instead of building up with vignettes?
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, you guys, y'all out here every time. Why are you building up? You guys, just like he said, you debut them, then you give them vignettes. No, that's not how it goes. How you build up someone is you give them vignettes, you give them packages, and you build them up. That's what happened when the reason why Bray Wyatt was so great, because you built him up. Not once, but twice. Hell, 3 times. I've never seen someone reinvent himself and the fans love him. To this day, I'll never forgive them for how. Of course, I forgive them, but
And then we know who they are, so when they come through the curtains,
that was so stupid.
You know, kind of like remember when the Wyatt turned up and we had
the
weeks and weeks of Wyatt clips? Hey, like
Wyatt,
don't ever forget where you come from, because you, sir, benefited of great booking. Now let's talk about TKO. I don't know too much about TKO. I know that they're at the helm. They one of their guys speaks out quite a bit, and clearly fuck the fans because you don't care about ticket pricing. The first thing he said when he came in, which was there, you can go and see for yourself. It's like, I don't understand why the ticket prices are so low. They doubled them, and now we have WrestleMania front row tickets for $38,000, $38,000. Mortgage on a house, car, cruise, couple holidays, maybe about 5 holidays, maybe more than 5 holidays. You make your choice. You'd rather see someone at the front row. You'd rather get WrestleMania tickets to the worst time and no stop. What the fuck is the corner of
What the fuck is a corn? What the fuck is a corn on a cob? Nah, nigga, that is funny as hell. Yo, Hugo funny, yo.
Where's Roman Reigns? I don't think you're gonna make it without Roman because all your top stars now are becoming redundant. CM Punk doesn't have the same edge and fight.
Yeah, Roman. I don't know what y'all gonna do without Roman, because, and to be honest, Roman, is y'all the best hope. And to be real, because Roman's the like Roman has an era. And you know what? To be real, bro, just go on and do Rock versus Roman, dog. Just go on there. Just do it. Get it over, because we need it. That story alone, I already know will be the best thing to WWE. And you can take your time with it. You don't need to rush it.
That he used to have, because he used to be a man who was a rebel against the system, against the man, against the company. And now it's just a theme song with blue jeans and a calf shirt.
Yeah.
I ask you guys, wrestling fans, you disagree, it's fine, let me know what you disagree with. In conclusion,
No, I agree with you 100%, Hugo.
Paul Levesque here has been trash.
I agree.
I personally believe that somebody else should take over. I don't believe that he should be removed from the company or anything.
No.
I'm sure he's great at many different
You
things.
need to find someone who actually cares about wrestling. This has been the problem. You need to have someone who cares about wrestling, who cares about what the fans want, and you listen to the fans. And you also should have the creative mind to come up with great, compelling stories and build up new stars. We can't have the same redundant stars every single day. So, come on, dude, do better.
The job was before he took over the creative job. Give him that job back. And get somebody in who's actually creative, because he didn't grow up being a writer. He didn't grow up being a screenwriter,
Right.
playwriter, producer, director.
Right.
You, sir, told us yourself all I wanted to do
Was wrestle. Yeah.
Now you think you can run a wrestling company. I mean, boy, Sam's coming out from the chair. No.
Shout out my boy Hugo Savage, man. Go subscribe to his channel, Savage Wrestling Talks. Am I saying it right? Savage Talks Wrestling. My bad, gang. My bad. So I've been rocking with Hugo for a minute, y'all. Y'all already know what time it is. So, feel me? Go subscribe to his channel. Go show him some love. Appreciate the reaction. Enjoy. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Get me to 100 subs by the end of the year. Come on, man. Stop playing. We got a new setup. I forgot to talk about this. I got a new setup coming, bro. So y'all better enjoy the iPad and iPhone reactions for now. Because when I get the new setup, I'm going to get to see my face. I'm going to be in the chair. I'm going to be like in a regular setup. Y'all going to love me. So I can't wait to give y'all that soon. That's coming up actually, hopefully either this month or next month. So stay tuned, and I'm excited to bring that for you guys. So I'm getting the equipment as we speak. So like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.